Hey, kings, queens, and everything in between. Welcome back to another episode of One Time for a Good Time. And I'm just going to get straight into it because this has really been bothering me for a long time. I don't know if you watched the game last night. The Chiefs and the Raiders played. The Chiefs won. And as the game was ending and both teams were heading back to the locker room, you know how the cameraman tried to get that shot of the players walking in? Well, there was an incident with Davante Adams where he pushed a cameraman. The man proceeded to fall. A staff member of the stadium, I'm assuming, helped him up. And Davante Adams walked over his body and went into the locker room. I'm assuming he didn't think anybody saw this interaction take place because the clip immediately went to Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you can find social media. And people were talking about how Davante Adams pushed this cameraman for no reason, out of anger of losing, out of frustration. And what really, truly bothers me, and this is what I really want to get into, is that you can clearly see Davante Adams is in the wrong. He pushed this man didn't do anything to him. But what is fucking disgusting is how football fans were saying, well, you got to realize he just lost the game. Why is the cameraman there? It's justified. Or if you look at it from a different angle, the cameraman walked in front of him and he put... When I say people were scraping tooth and nail to defend this man for the assault he had occurred on this cameraman, I literally felt sick to my stomach. How nobody wanted to hold him accountable for the actions that he just caused. And everyone was saying, all the players are very upset. Why are the cameramen in his vicinity? Now, before we get into it, I understand that there are some cameramen that will be in your face with the camera, antagonizing you, saying to you, how does it feel to lose? How does it feel to be the loser tonight? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? I understand those camera people, those journalists that do that will cause a reaction in you that would make you want to push them out the way, push them to the side. But the difference between those journalists and those cameramen in this cameraman is that the cameraman was not talking to him. If you look at the video, the cameraman wasn't even shooting him. The cameraman was walking across the stadium while Davante Adams was walking forward. In that T section, Davante Adams pushed him. Davante Adams proceeded to make this statement of, he was in my way. Baby, I am a 6-foot African-American woman. Growing up, I played sports. I played basketball. I did track. You know what I mean? I played baseball for fun. And of course, sometimes I'll get my hands dirty and I'll go out there and play football. Did I do it as competitive to the point where it got me to the NBA, the NFL, the WNBA? No, it didn't. But at the end of the day, we lose. You're going to lose. It happens. That doesn't determine if you're a good or bad player. It doesn't determine if you should assault somebody because you're angry. The best of the best lose. But what disgusts me is that later on, because this is such news, Davante Adams, of course, I'm sure with his PR team, puts a statement out on Twitter saying, I'm sorry to the cameraman I pushed. I was just very upset that we lost the game, saying that the moment he pushed him, he immediately regretted it. And that's not the type of person he is. This is how I know this read PR all over it. Because before this statement was put out on Twitter, and when he was doing his press conference that they do after the football games, when he was asked about this scenario, he proceeded to say, I pushed/ran into him, and didn't issue an apology, by the way. just pretty much said the cameraman should not have been there. And then it made me think about all of the other NFL players throughout history that football fans do not make these football players take accountability for their actions. I don't want to be the dead horse, and I don't want to bring up old scenarios. But for example, Michael Vick. I remember when this happened. I remember when the news articles was coming out. And I saw more comments under videos, under comment sections saying, okay, I understand what he did, but is he going to be able to play? Is he going to be able to get back on the field? When is he going to be back on the field? They not going to charge him over that and da-da-da-da-da. Same with this Devontae Adams situation. Oh, don't worry about the cameraman. He got to worry about going to practice. He got to worry about getting back on the field, getting them next time. It's like for some reason, when it comes to people of this celebrity status, when it comes to athletes of this tier, it doesn't matter what you do in your personal life. As long as you're able to show up and be on that field on game day, that's all that football fans care about. What bothers me is we have seen time and time and time after again of athletes being charged of domestic violence, of being accused of sexual assault, being accused of regular assault, being accused of X, Y, and Z. And nobody cares about the actions they do behind closed doors if it doesn't affect them playing. And that's so disgusting that y'all are willing to support and to celebrate and to chant for people that are known to cause harm in society. And you stand behind them because they're good on the football field, or they're good on the basketball field, or on the baseball field, or the hockey field. Like, are you kidding me? Like, have y'all lost y'all damn minds? At the end of the day, these people, these celebrities, these athletes, they're human just like anybody else. Their significant others are human just like everyone else. And it seems like you don't have any fucking humanity, regard, sympathy, compassion for these people's lives when it impacts the player from playing. And I've seen this happen for years, of stories being swept up under the rug, of people paying people off and settlements being paid so it doesn't affect their favorite athlete from not being on the court or not being on the football field. Are you crazy? Have you lost your damn mind? And then what gets me is, even though I love the scientific research that went into finding out about CTE, how concussions are caused, how they might occur, what it does to the human body, the thoughts that can come, the behavior, the actions that a person can make from such a diagnosis. What bothers me is, with this new discovery of brain damage, a lot of people, a lot of fans rather write it off as CTE than write it off as the person being a fucking asshole. You got to realize these players have been playing since, I'll say, 3 years old. The moment they could walk, the moment they could hold a football, the moment they could hold a basketball, with any type of equipment they could hold, they've been doing it since they could stand on their 2 feet. Right? So with comes playing sports, you have to realize, in the beginning of your life, you have your family hyping you up, thinking you're a god. Then when you get into the school system, you got your coaches hyping you up, making you think you're a god. You have recruiting scouts making you think you're a god. Then you go to college and you find out you're good in college. And now you got your team, your coaches, everybody else chanting your name. So you building this fucking big ass ego, right? And then the big leagues come. And now you try your hand at trying to figure out, am I going to be pro? Am I good enough to be pro? And then let's say you get drafted, you get signed, whatever. So now you walking around young as shit, by the way, fresh out of college, young. Now you walk around with this big ass head, hella money in your account. You're probably signed to your favorite football team, and your name is on jerseys. You're playing with people that you've looked up to growing up. And so now you have dissociated yourself so much from reality that you can't even comprehend that you can have consequences. You can be arrested. You can have things happen to you. Because at this level of success, of course you have people telling you, oh, don't worry about it. Just live your life. Just focus on the football. Just focus on the basketball. And whatever else you got to think about, hire somebody to do it for you. Whether that's a security guard, an accountant, a manager, a doctor. When you are a professional player of any sort, all people want you to think about is being on that field. All people want you to think about is practice, getting yourself together, not getting hurt, showing up at your 100% capacity. Imagine if you lived a life where you only had to focus on one activity. You don't got to worry about bills. You don't got to worry about anything. As long as you master this one activity, you're good. And because of that, you're raising people that feel entitled. You're raising people that are fucking assholes to when it comes to people in the community. And then on top of that, they're in sports where they're knocking their head loose 500 times a day, whether that's practice, on the field, anywhere, for this check that you promised them, for this legacy that you promised them. And so with brain injuries and brain trauma, and on top of being a name, being a celebrity, having money, being young, being loved, you feel like you can go up to a cameraman and push him over and hurt him. You feel like you can do, sorry to bring it up again, like a Michael Vick with some dogs. Or, you feel like you can slap your girlfriend and you can knock her over and you can hurt random innocent people, because at the end of the day, you know that no matter what you do, what actions you cause, your football fans are going to stand beside you because they want to see you play. So no matter if I hit somebody or if I hurt somebody, I got lawyers to deal with that because I need to get back on the field. And that's exactly what happened with Davante Adams. He didn't realize that the interaction was recorded. And because it was recorded, that's what caused him to send out that fake ass apology. It wasn't because it was sincere from his heart and he genuinely was sorry that he hurt this man. No, it was, damn, a cameraman caught me pushing this other cameraman down for no fucking reason. So now I have to put out 140 character apology so I don't mess up my career. And what pisses me off about us learning about CTE and this new brain damage scientific research is that you can't know if somebody has CTE until they're dead. That person sadly has to already be gone for the brain to be studied to see how much damage was actually taken throughout the years that will cause them to have CTE. And with that, you're not really supposed to diagnose football players or athletes with CTE because you'll just never know. But what gets me is when these athletes, when these celebrities do actions that cause harm to the community, fans are so quick to scream, oh, that's just the CTE. That's just the brain damage they have accumulated over the years, to dismiss what they have done. It's like, no, that could be. I'll give you that. That could be. But also, some of these athletes are just fucking assholes. Some of these athletes are just entitled as hell, and they think they can do whatever the fuck they want because they have a name to them. And let's be real. Some of these young bucks, some of these 21, 23, 24-year-olds that are walking around with millions of dollars in their pocket, with girls falling at their feet, with major labels attached to their name, they have such big egos that make them think they can just do whatever the fuck they want. It's not CTE, baby. No, it's that behavior is coming from years and years of being told you're the best, of being told you're unbreakable, of being told that you're invincible. That's not CTE. That is years of being told you're the king and can't nobody fucking touch you. And you can do whatever you want because we have hired people to fix the shit that you done wrong. And you don't have to focus on your behavior because all you need to do is put your energy into the basketball court or the football field. And it's disgusting to me that when these people that they've hurt come out and say, I've been hurt by these people, society then looks at the victims that come out and spew hatred on them, like actual malice on them, because now they thinking, why are you trying to tear this person down? It took all their lives to be successful. It took them how long to make a name for themselves? Why are you trying to tear them down? And it's like, yo, no. This girl has been in a relationship with this man for 3 years. And what you did not see is he was dragging her across the floor, smashing her head against the wall, blacking her eye, busting her nose up. What you didn't see for those 3 years is that he was killing her. And so now that she has the courage to say something, you have the audacity to look at these women, to look at these significant others and say, why are you trying to tear this man down while he at his high? Why are you trying to make him seem bad when he's doing his best? Like, are you out of your goddamn mind? This person has hurt me. This person has tried to kill me on multiple occasions. And because you care about their football career or their basketball career so much, you can't even see me as a human being. And that's the disgusting thing about it, is that y'all rather chant and support somebody that has a record to their name, that has accusations and reports against them, than chant and support somebody that doesn't cause any harm, that's still working the same. Y'all rather praise the talent these people have than who they are as a person. That's disgusting to me. And y'all are okay with people paying off their victims so they can stay in the positions they're in. At the end of the day, what Davante Adams did was fucking wrong. He pushed that man for no reason. The people at that stadium that saw this interaction happen said not a damn thing. And then y'all proceeded to come on social media and say that the cameraman deserved it because Davante was mad. The cameraman shouldn't have been there. Why the cameraman was walking there in the first place. Proceeded to make this man believe that him walking, literally walking, was justified for him getting pushed. Like, are you fucking crazy? And for some reason, you football fans are so blind because you're so into the sport. You're so into the entertainment aspect of it that you can't see that you are supporting fucking assholes. This isn't CTE. This isn't brain damage. These are entitled fucking people that feel like they deserve to be in the positions they're in because of how long they worked. And the reality is, baby, it's not that.